What if the most dangerous people in your life aren't the loud disruptors, but the polite ones who smile, nod, and quietly rearrange your sense of self? Renowned psychologist Carl Jung warned us, the shadow doesn't announce itself. It blends in. Today, we'll talk about 6 types of dangerous people to spot and run from before you pay for them with your peace. First, the chronic victim. Their stories always end the same way. Someone did this to me. At first you empathize, then you realize you're not helping. You're hauling. Their pain becomes your contract. Jung understood the tactic. If I'm always the victim, I never face myself. Guilt becomes their currency. Your boundaries become the bill. Here's the tell. Progress never appears, only episodes. Compassion is healthy. Compulsion is not. Step back before pity becomes the leash. If that one drains your empathy, the next drains your clarity. But first, elevate your mind. Post psychology-based content twice weekly. If this information is of value to you, subscribe to be notified of future videos. Now back to the 6 types of people to run from. The second type is the charming mirror. They agree with your ideas, echo your values, reflect your insecurities with perfect validation. It feels safe until you notice you know nothing solid about them. Jung called it the persona trap. The mask hardens, the self hides. Loyalty here isn't to you, it's to your approval. When that approval slows, their warmth cools. This type of person will change their opinions to suit whoever is in the room. If their answers keep shifting, you're not with a person, you're with a performance. Think that's subtle? The next doesn't oppose you. They support you into smallness. The third type is the passive-aggressive enabler. They won't say, don't. They'll say, be careful. Doubt arrives dressed as wisdom. I love your ambition. I just don't want you disappointed. A seed planted, your confidence shrinks. Jung pointed to the helper's hidden shadow. Control that hides inside concern. If your goals consistently feel smaller after talking to someone, you're not receiving mentoring. You're receiving edits to your potential. Real support clarifies the path. This kind fogs it. If that one clips your wings, the next counts your feathers. Fourth, the secret competitor. They applaud, but the applause is measured. Your good news becomes their segue. Your progress is nice. Then comes a slightly nicer story of theirs. Jung saw the engine. Inferiority refused becomes rivalry disguise. Watch for quiet relief when you stumble, and enthusiasm only when you're safely behind. Friendship doesn't require you to dim. If your wins make someone restless, you're not beside a teammate. You're standing in a mirror that wants your reflection smaller. If rivalry masquerades as support, the next masks ego as enlightenment. Fifth, the spiritual narcissist, the wise one. Soft tone, correct language, elevated posture. They don't argue, they ascend. You object, they diagnose. That's your projection. You feel, they evaluate. That's unhealed. Jung would call this a split. Identity clinging to light while the shadow leaks superiority. Observe the pattern. Your reality is never simply real. It's reinterpreted to keep them above it. True depth makes space. This posture makes hierarchy. If someone's calm is used to make you smaller, that's not peace, it's positioning. Think that's controlling? The last one uses tenderness as leverage. Sixth, the empathic controller. They feel everything. They read the room. They hold you when you're low. Then slowly you begin managing yourself around their sensitivity. Your reactions get quieter. Your honesty gets edited. Their pain becomes a weather system you must forecast and avoid. Jung warned that unprocessed inner chaos often gets projected outward as the world's problem. If their fragility routinely outranks your reality, you're not in intimacy. You're in regulation. That's not connection. That's captivity with a gentle tone. So why do these patterns reoccur? Jung's answer is blunt: unmet shadow. When people refuse to face their manipulation, it appears as concern. When they won't own envy, it appears as feedback. When control is disowned, It borrows the costumes of love, wisdom, or sensitivity. And here's the part most people miss. If you repeatedly attract these patterns, it isn't punishment. It's information. The psyche mirrors what it needs integrated. If manipulators circle you, perhaps your truth is still waiting for your full voice. If victims surround you, perhaps your worth is still tied to being needed. If charm keeps fooling you, perhaps approval still outranks clarity. Integration isn't becoming colder, it's becoming whole. Let anger return to its rightful job, protecting your line. Let intuition return to its rightful job, noticing the first shift, not the 10th. Let limits return to their rightful job, filtering who gets access. The following are some practical steps moving forward. Audit your circle. Who consistently leaves you smaller, foggier, or more apologetic for being yourself? Distance does not require a scene. Silence is also a sentence. Let your shadow speak. Say no without a paragraph. Ask the direct question you keep padding. The part of you they call too much is often just the part that keeps you safe. Stop over-explaining. People who understand you won't need a courtroom. People who don't will never hear your closing argument. Trust your first reading. The body recognizes patterns long before the mind writes essays about them. If your stomach knew, you knew. And if you need a single line to take with you, respect is not proven by your tolerance of harm, it's proven by your tolerance for aloneness until alignment arrives. Here's the final frame. Jung didn't ask you to fear people. He asked you to stop fearing your own perception. The more of yourself you integrate, the fewer of these patterns can hook. You won't need to raise your voice. You'll simply stop being available to what unravels you. If this helped you see more clearly, hit the subscribe button. Protect your attention, guard your energy, and when you spot any of the 6, don't negotiate with the mask. Walk. Like this video if it provided you with value.